Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to a very motivating all-day speed clean with me. We are cleaning, we are organizing, we are doing all the things. Guys, this is seriously the cleanest I think my house has ever been. We were about to go on a trip, so I was getting ready for that. And then we also had family staying in our house while we were gone. So I just wanted it to be extremely clean for them. I wanted them to be able to use everything. So I hope you enjoy this. And I wanted to show you guys what I woke up to this morning. Spilled coffee literally everywhere, on both couches, on the rug, and they were all so saturated that there was no way I could just spot clean that stuff. I had to put it in the washing machine, and I actually washed the outside covers for the couches not once but twice. And if you look sort of closely, there's still like some shapes from the coffee. I don't know, guys. These couches from IKEA, at first I really loved them, and now they're just okay, because even when you take the time to wash the covers, and I used a little bit of bleach, I used an oxygen boost, it still wasn't like perfectly white. So now I'm pretty mixed on them, and I have the rug in the washing machine right now. So let's start getting these covers back on, and I have Chad helping me, and then we're gonna get to everything else we need to do today. Alright, so this is what they look like with the covers back on, and from a distance I think they look really good, but I just want to show you guys a close-up. Like, this is what it actually looks like without the perfectness of cameras. You can see those spots now if you like really look. There's a lot of those going on, so people ask me all the time what I think of them, and I want to tell you that they're like absolutely amazing, but honestly, they're just okay. So now I'm getting my suitcase out because I will be doing some packing in a little bit. And first I'm going to make my bed because I need to lay everything out on my bed to decide what I'm actually going to pack and just have some space to work on. So let's make this look all nice and pretty, and then I'll start to gather up all my clothes. I've been into white bedding for what feels like forever, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. A lot of my bedding is from Boll & Branch. I know you hear a ton of influencers talking about it, but it really is great. I've washed it a zillion times, never had it fray. And then the light blue and white like floral print shams that also comes with a quilt. That's part of the Martha Stewart line on Overstock, and it's really affordable. You can find some awesome bedding on Overstock. So now I'm going to lay out a bunch of dresses, and this is when I like to pick like what's actually going in the suitcase and what should go back in the closet. If I think I might not wear something, I'm not going to bring it, because I always try and pack like super light, and I'm always right on the edge of 50 pounds, especially since all three of us are going to be sharing one suitcase.
Holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home, why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole.
And I was about halfway through packing before I realized I didn't even get to use my Stony Clover packing cubes. but that's okay. There will be another trip. I can't wait to finally use packing cubes for the first time. A lot of you swear by them and say that they are life-changing. And when I pack, I try and pack like outfits and not so much shirts, pants, etc. That way I know everything I'm bringing I'm actually going to wear. And this is how I like to pack a shirt with a collar. I find if you fold a collar, it looks weird, then you have to iron it. I never have time for that. So it needs to lay flat in order for it to look normal right when you pull it out of the suitcase.
Can't undo what I've done, completely out of luck this time. I'm stuck in reverse. I gotta get away now, but I can't seem to take the lead. Oh baby, how could I know there was no second chances?
I'm almost done with the clothing, so I'm going to move on to my personal item. And whenever I do things, I always tell you guys I'm like a little bit all over the place. I like to take a break from clothing because I will go over it in my head, just take some mental notes, and really double check to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So for the personal item, the first thing I always put in there is my makeup. Now, I never like touch up my makeup while traveling at the airport or anything like that, but it is just so heavy and I don't want to take up that kind of weight in my suitcase. I'd rather have something heavy and very compact in my personal item because that is just so much more clothing and so much more space in the suitcase.
You got me stone cold. 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 You're a guilt trip, feeding me with all these lies. I feel sick.
So now moving on to my toiletries, my contacts, skincare, lotion, all of those items. And I am going to put my toiletries in the suitcase since several of those items are not travel size. And by the way, guys, for my makeup, obviously that's like a carry-on style item. It's going through security. A lot of those things are like 3.2 ounces, 3.4 ounces. I've never had an issue with them being over 3 ounces. So just figured I'd share. I wouldn't bring anything like 5 ounces, but if it still starts with a 3, I think you are good. I have been doing this for years and I never once have had an issue with it. And I'm packing shoes right now. So shoes I like to put in a plastic bag, and I will typically bring a few extra plastic bags. They weigh almost nothing, and if you have a wet swimsuit or just something that you need to contain in a bag, you will be glad you brought it. Something else kind of random I do is I always will clean my electronics before traveling. It's just a habit I've gotten into. I'm going to need my laptop so I can get this video up, so I'm going to clean it right now.
It's good enough for you, but I still have my friends don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause
And if you are here for the cleaning, don't worry guys, I still have a ton of cleaning to do. I'm almost done with the packing. This is like the fastest packing session I've ever had. I just wanted to charge my Kindle, my AirPods. I'm obsessed with this little gadget. If you don't have someone to take a picture for you, you can just set up this mini tripod with your phone. Has a little remote to take the picture. It is amazing. It's like $17. I'm so glad I bought it. I will link it if you want something like that. I just wanted to pack the sound machine for Forest, a couple more things in there, then I will get our suitcases downstairs and get back to cleaning. I have so much I still need to do.
but I still have my friends don't want you. But I still have my friends don't want you.
All right, my suitcase is closed. I was just weighing it where you weigh yourself. You hold the suitcase and then you subtract the difference and make sure you are not about to spend a bunch of money on an overweight suitcase. So all of that stuff is going downstairs. The backpack is for Chad. That's his personal item with both of our laptops in it. Then I have my bag and then of course our suitcase. And now I'm pulling the Ruggable out of the dryer and we're going to go set this up in the living room.
New way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking.
And before I put the Ruggable back down, I just wanted to quickly vacuum the pad. They have two different pads. I have the thinnest one, and it's just so practical, you guys. Like, it's so easy. You can put it in your washing machine at home. We try and be so careful, and life happens, especially with a toddler. Like, it's inevitable that there's going to be spills, so it's just really convenient being able to wash it. Now I'm going to put it back down, and I put it down like slightly damp. It's not perfectly dry, especially since I have the largest one. So this is what the rug looks like once it's all laid down and everything's velcroed on. I'm just straightening up the furniture to make it look all pretty and nice. And the last thing I need to do in this area is roll that ottoman back in here.
Going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now.
And just like that, the living room is good to go. Again, I so did not have time for all of this today, but I really didn't have a choice, and at least I know it is as clean as it can possibly get in that living room. I picked up a few things by the dining area, and now we're gonna move on to the kitchen. So lately, I've been really into a minimal look in the kitchen, which typically is not like me. I just love my decor. I love my things. But sometimes in the spring, it's nice to take a break from all of the decor. I do a ton of Christmas decor. I like to do a pretty good amount of summer decor. So in the spring, it's like a little break from the two seasons. I am unloading the dishwasher right now, and I'm going to do this in like extreme speed. Then we will load it back up with everything in the sink.
So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
We all have designated sections for our clean dishes, like our cups and coffee cups and whatnot. And one thing I started doing recently is putting them away in perfect lines, like forward lines, instead of just those designated sections. It just feels a lot more clean. So now we are on to those dirty dishes, and I'm going to get through this sink so quick, you guys. A lot of this stuff is like sippy cups and just cups for Forrest that we found on the floor in the car and whatnot. Before we go on a trip, I just want like everything so clean. I always say that to you guys. It's just, I don't know, like I feel like for my mental sanity, I need the house to be clean. I need the car to be cleaned out. I need everything wiped down. It just feels so good when you get home and all of that stuff is done for you.
It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure.
All right, so the dishwasher is loaded up. I'm going to start it. That way there's no dirty dishes sitting in there. If there's clean dishes sitting, that's okay, but I don't want it smelling bad. I'm going to wipe down Forrest's tray, and then really the last thing I need to do in this area is just wipe down the counters. And I'm going to use a Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface spray on the counters. I believe I'm using the Daisy scent, which is one of their spring releases. And then on the, on the faucet, I'm going to use a mixture of vinegar vinegar and water, and it just makes it really shiny. It also takes away all of the watermarks, any water spots you can get on faucets that can be really hard to get off with a lot of products. Water and vinegar, seriously, like, it's gone instantly. Highly recommend you try that. And I also am going to use soft scrub in my sink. If you have a stainless steel sink too, you should really try soft scrub on it because it makes it look brand new.
To me.
So satisfying seeing a perfectly clean sink, no watermarks, just shining and really, really clean. And I also am using Febreze. I just kind of like ran around the house and sprayed it here, there, and everywhere on all of the fabric, like the window treatments, the furniture, and the air. So it smells so, so good in here. Alright guys, so the countertops are good to go. I also am going to do the dining table, and then we're going to move on to the half bath. And I just real quick wanted to wipe down the counter in here and the faucet, and I still am using that water and vinegar mixture because again, this is another faucet, works so well on those. I showed you guys in my last video how to do a stamp on your toilet paper, and I am obsessed. Watch that video if you missed it. I'm going to be doing this like all the time now. Alright, so now we are on to vacuuming, and I'm going to vacuum the whole downstairs. Guys, I am going like a million miles a minute at this point because I was really short on time, but I just had to have all of this done. And then we're going to go back upstairs and take care of a few things up there.
Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love.
The shower was pretty clean, but in case anyone wanted to use it, I just wanted to give it a quick once over, make sure it was as good as it could be. And I'm using Windex. I'm using it twice on the inside and then once on the outside. I always recommend Rain-X to you guys, which yes, I still love it, but the bottle was like practically empty, so I opted for Windex this time. I also am using it on the shelves, and then I made sure there was some extra room on the shelves in case our family wanted to put their own products in there. There was room for that, and it wasn't just like full of clutter and hard to use. I also wanted to empty all the little trash bags around the house, make sure those were empty too. And finally, a quick wipe down on the vanity. I wanted to make sure there were no watermarks in the sink or on the faucet, or fingerprints especially. And then I'm going to lay out a couple towels on the bench, and this room will be good to go.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes.
It's also been a while since I wiped down the countertop in the laundry room, so I did that. And then, of course, I need to vacuum upstairs. So I started in Chad's office. I did the workout room, the bathroom, well, Forrest's bathroom, the laundry room, the hallway, and just worked my way around the entire upstairs. A lot of vacuums have a boost mode, and I try not to use it all the time because it really does like have the battery go down so much faster than the normal mode. But today, as you can see, I wanted the house like so clean, so I was on the boost mode, and then I was also vacuuming as fast as I could. That way I didn't run out of any battery power before I was done. So I'm in Forrest's room now. I vacuumed, and now I'm going to pick up all of these books. He loves to take them out, and I of course want to put them back in order, make sure the largest is on the bottom and the smallest is on top. That way it looks really nice. And we are quickly wrapping things up here, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this speed cleaning and a little bit of organizing. I seriously was working a million miles a minute, and I'm so glad all of this is done. I really hope I motivated you to tackle all of your chores today. If you did enjoy this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. I have so many playlists down below, and guys, the cleaning playlist, it has like well over 100 videos on it. So I'd love to keep you company if you have more on your list today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!